What has been going on? We're moving. Hello, how are you all? I hope you have been well. I haven't seen you guys in quite a while. I was looking back at my last video and I published that on, I think it was July 12th. So we're coming up on around 2 months, which is just totally insane. And then to add insanity to that, there has just been so much going on in my life that I'm super excited to share with you guys, which is a lot of the reason that I have not been online, but I'm back and I'm here, and I wanted to share some favorites from the past couple months that I have been offline. So those are the products I'll be using today. I'm gonna start just prepping my skin with one of my favorites. I originally had bought this to do oil cleansing with. This is the Living Libation Sea Buckthorn. Best skin ever. I actually used to use this all over my body, like all the time, but then I saw that some people were using it for oil cleansing, and so I got very curious. It didn't actually work that well for me. I don't know if I just don't have the patience for what you need to do or what, but this has been like a favorite multi-purpose oil. So theoretically you can cleanse with it. I use it on my face before makeup a lot because it doesn't pill the SPF that I'll use. So it's great for summer, great for like getting a little bit of glow, and then also good for like a little bit of slip on the skin. I've also been using this in my hair. As you can see, I'm almost done with this. I totally treasure this. It's worth every cent because it can literally be like a one and done skincare product. Before I put SPF on, while I'm talking with you guys, I'm gonna do a little bit of a face massage with this Jillian Dempsey Gold Bar. Now usually you can turn it on and it actually vibrates, which is what I do, but for the sake of audio, I'll just kind of use the gold bar just to depuff my skin a little bit. It's been super hot in California. We're going through a heat wave right now, so my allergies have been really bad, and I feel like I've just been waking up really puffy in the morning. So this has been a lifesaver. It just stays really cool, and when you actually do the vibrate, I feel like it's really effective at like moving fluid around and kind of depuffing, and then it's also just super relaxing. But you always want to do this with something on your skin so that you're not like pulling or dragging it. And while I'm doing this, I can tell you guys what has been going on. We're moving. We are probably in the final weeks of the place that we're in right now, and we are moving into a house that we bought, which is super exciting. I guess house is not the right word. We bought a condo, which is really exciting. It's about a 120-year-old building, so there's tons of character, like beautiful framing. Everything has been kept in really wonderful condition. They converted this Victorian into like condos in the early 2000s. And so everything was kind of updated then, and since then the people who have been living in it have just taken such great care of it. And yeah, there's just so much beautiful charm to it. We're so excited. It has a fireplace very similar to the fireplace that we had in our old apartment, which is like this gorgeous tiling to it. It's been kind of a crazy process. The past 2 months have been super busy in terms of what it actually takes to close on a property, getting the property ready to move in. There are a couple things that we had to do in terms of painting, and then we're also working on refinishing the floors, so that will happen this week. And then after that, we just have some like cleanup and touch-ups that have to be done, and then we'll move in, which is really exciting. We're like absolutely thrilled to be moving to a more permanent place, ready to kind of like put roots down. But yeah, it happened super quickly. I'm just gonna apply my second favorite of the month really fast before I tell you guys how it all happened. But I have been absolutely loving this Le Prunier plum screen. I got this from Aaliyah Beauty. They kindly sent this to me, and it's just been a total game changer. I feel like it's almost like a tinted moisturizer with SPF in a way, because there is a slight tint to it, and I just feel like it gives my skin this beautiful glow. I have had pilling happen depending on the product that I put on before, but like I said, with this sea buckthorn oil, I don't have any issues with it, so that's why I'll usually apply it if I need a little extra moisture or glow. And I use a pretty decent amount of this. I'm going through it quite quickly. And what I like about this is that I can continue to kind of layer it throughout the day, and it doesn't look heavy or built up. So it starts off, you know, like pretty strong white cast, and then as you blend it in, it just becomes completely transparent. It gives your skin this like really gorgeous luminosity to it. but it's like a velvet finish, so you don't look super shiny, which is great. So anyway, we have been talking about moving since we got back from New York. We just realized in New York that we really miss being in a city environment. Things are just so accessible. You don't need a car to get everywhere. We knew we wanted to move back to the city since we've been kind of out of it for a couple years since COVID started. And so we'd been looking for rentals for a while, and then in the neighborhood we were looking at to rent in, we saw this condo come onto the market, and it was just perfect timing. The couple who had lived there previously had had like one baby there and then ended up getting pregnant with their second baby and needed to find a bigger place, and so they were trying to sell it really quickly, and it was just like everything came together at once. All the stars aligned. And yeah, we put in an offer and it got accepted, which is exciting. We put in so many offers and they've been rejected. So anyone who's trying to buy a house, I totally sympathize with you. It is an impossible market, but like everyone says, you know, when it's meant to be, it will happen. And this place is just totally meant to be. There's like a beautiful backyard that moose can enjoy, and the house itself, like I said, is just absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely like quintessential San Francisco, bay windows, super tall ceilings, beautiful Victorian details, and like I said, it's just in really good shape. We have not seen a property like this, so we're absolutely thrilled, and we just can't wait to move in. Okay, so that is sunscreen on, and I feel like you can see it just kind of like brightens up my complexion, but again, no pilling with that oil. A thicker moisturizer I have found it will pill with. I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows quickly and use my new favorite brow product, which is from Westman Atelier. I still think there is a miss with this packaging in terms of there not being a brow gel on one end of it, but the color of this brow product is so perfect for me. I have it in Bark, and it's just like the ideal cool brown without being too gray, without being too brown, without being too dark. It just sits right where I need it to, and the color lasts for a really long time. So I actually haven't been using brow gel as much. I've just been kind of filling in roughly with this pencil in the sparse areas, and then obviously brushing through. I always like go to use this. Yeah, something about this packaging is off, but the actual product itself is really good. Brush through, and then pray that my brows just stay relatively in place. I'm just realizing this is going to be a pretty Westman Atelier heavy look. Apologies, I know their price point is very high. Some of their products though are definitely worth it, so the ones that I'm sharing today, that's how I feel about them. Complexion wise, I've mostly just been leaving it at that for everyday wear. Sometimes I'll go in with my like Glossier stretch concealer. Still really enjoying this, working my way through it slowly but surely. And then other days, like I said, I just leave it like this, or for events and such, I've been going in with actually 2 shades of the Westman Atelier foundation. So I have it in the shade 05, and then I have it in the shade Atelier 1. And so one is a slightly lighter, one is a slightly darker, and I start by just applying the darker shade for me, which is Atelier 1. Sorry, I think the AC just turned on. Like I said, we're in a heat wave, so you have to bear with that noise. I start by applying that kind of over any areas of pigmentation, anywhere where I just want like coverage, not for like highlighting purposes. And what I love about this foundation is that it blends into natural skin so well. So if you're someone who doesn't like a full face of foundation, highly recommend checking this out. The Kier Weiss foundations are the same way for me. I just find that they work really well with my skin. They work well with the skincare products that I use. And I can kind of do this like patchwork approach where I'm just applying coverage where I need it, and then the rest of my face is totally bare. And I feel very much like myself, but I get a little bit of like enhancement, I guess. You guys know me, nothing has changed in terms of how much coverage I like. I'm still very much a minimal gal, but because of summer, I definitely get a little bit more pigmentation that comes through in my skin, and like post-inflammatory scars are real for me. So sometimes for like events where I know like photos are going to be taken, I just want like more coverage, I like to use a foundation. And then I'll go in with the lighter shade, and I'll just kind of like highlight. I know it's very light, but I'll just highlight, you know, some of the areas that are a little bit darker on my face. I can use this as a concealer. I like to use it around my mouth just because I do get a little bit dark kind of in the corners on my cheek. I haven't blended anything, so spraying a little bit right under my eye and kind of up to lift that. Go in and blend it. I'm using very little product here. Now I just blend that with my fingers. And I just feel like, especially for summer, we've been going to a lot of weddings. I don't know about you guys. I feel like everyone who didn't have a wedding at the beginning of the pandemic has had a wedding this summer. It's been a lot of like outdoor time, but you want to look nice for photos. And I feel like the less makeup that you can wear, the better when you're outside in the heat. And I don't know, I always feel like natural skin photographs better, and I might be in the minority with that, but I just think it's so funny. I always feel like wedding makeup, like when I've had it done as a bridesmaid or maid of honor or whatever, it's always felt like much heavier than I would usually wear, and it still looks great, but I'm not sure that you need to have it that heavy for it to look great. So I think a bridal look, a DIY bridal look will be coming soon. So I have some products that I'm excited to share with you guys. Okay, so that's base product done. I know that that took a little bit of time, but I feel like focusing on your base and getting that done just like enhances the whole look. I'm gonna give my eyelashes another curl, although I did curl them before this video. I kind of cheated. I feel like I don't have enough time to tell you guys everything that's happened, but definitely the biggest thing is moving and with the house, and we're so excited. We're picking out some, you know, like lighting and rugs and all this stuff. New pieces of furniture, which is gonna be very exciting. Can't wait to show you guys. Yeah, it just feels good to be able to know that we're gonna like put our roots down and really get to enjoy a space and make it our own, because I think when you're renting there's always this like hesitancy, like how long are we actually gonna be here for? And with this, like we know we're gonna be there for a while, so we can really make it our own, which is super exciting. I have not been wearing mascara. I'm really enjoying the look of no mascara. If I do anything for my eyes, I've been enjoying this Jillian Dempsey lid tint in the shade Bronze, and I just kind of take my pinky finger into it and I go super close to my lash line and just add a little bit of color there. And I don't really blend it up past my lash line because I find that it will crease if I do that. But if I just put it right behind my eyelashes, it does a good job of adding some depth, but also like a little bit of light reflection because it's a sheen. So I just go as close to the lash line as my pinky will allow me to get. And I always have to remember to like come in delicately on the outer corners because sometimes I'll stop short and it kind of shortens my eye shape. So coming in. And then I've been going in with the like ride or die, always have, Westman Atelier Peau de Pêche super loaded tinted highlighter. And applying that kind of to my larger cheek and cheekbone area. And this for me is like a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight in one. If I'm wearing this on an everyday basis, I'll wear it alone, but if I'm going to like an event or a dinner or something, I will pop a little bit of blush on top of it. It's always kind of like my first step just to get some color and dimension back into my face. And I just love it. I feel so like bronzy, and I don't know, it just gives you that summer glow without any shimmer, without too much tan. Bring whatever's left over up onto my forehead, always on the bridge of my nose, tiny bit just on the bottom of my chin. And then I just rub my hands together to get everything off. I have a little bit of chapstick on right now, so I'm going to take this rose ink color and just kind of dab it on and then blend it into a stain. That's usually what I'll do with like darker colors during the daytime. And as a final step, the perfume that like I just cannot stop raving about and have worn so much is this Maison Louis Marie No. 4 perfume oil. I'm going through it quicker than I've ever gone through a perfume before. I'm just totally obsessed with it. I put it everywhere, and then I'll often put some in the palm of my hand and kind of rub my hands together and put it into my hair. Or I'll take the like roller ball itself and just kind of like put it in and work it through. It's just such a gorgeous light summer scent. And those are all of the products that I've been using and loving, and I didn't even get to update you guys on like wedding stuff, which I'm sure you can assume what we've kind of put on the back burner because of this house that we just purchased. But yeah, there's just been so much going on and so much more to come, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. So I'm very happy to be back. I definitely missed the community on here, missed putting up videos, but was very grateful for the extra time and energy to put into another part of my life, which feels very exciting. So I will keep you guys posted with updates. I'll probably be posting more on Instagram again. I haven't even touched that in so long. Excited to be back. Like I said, I hope you guys have been doing really well. Going into fall, which is one of my favorite times of the year, so very excited about that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your patience during this time. I hope that you guys are happy that I'm back, like I'm happy to be back, and that's it. So talk to you all very soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.